Box guy and camera guy Ken here. And what are we doing today, Ken?
We're going to cut slots in a box.
That's right, slots in a box. The first step is to get rid of any unevenness we have in the carcass of the box. Here we have a little glue squeeze out, and we have a little bit of unevenness, and that would make it rock back and forth in the jig. So we'll want to smooth that off with a router. I've already marked out this squiggle line on the back so that it will tell me later on where to put the hinge. This line is where we're going to divide the box into two pieces, a top and a bottom. This line is where the bottom of the box works in a groove, and we don't want to cut into that. Now we're going to divide our space into three equal areas. We're going to just do this by hand. This is where I want to slot. This is where I want to slot, and this is where I want to slot, and we're just eyeballing 1, 2, 3 slots. This is a simple piece of 2-inch masking tape that I fastened onto the jig. I'll use this to make locator marks so that I can cut the slots accurately on all 4 sides. On our jig, this mark right here lines up with our blade. So if I line this mark up with the mark I put on my box, that's where I'll cut the slot. We have the marks here, here, and here for where we want to put our slots, and we're going to line those up with the mark on the jig for where the saw blade is. So we line up the first one, and then we mark the tape. Then we line up the second one, and we mark the tape. And we line up the third one, and we mark the tape. I'm going to number my 3 marks, 1, 2, and 3. Because as you're doing this, it's easy to lose track of did I do 1 or 2 or 3. It's important when you're cutting the slots that you hold the box firmly in place. Any little wiggle or movement of the box will mean that your slot will be oversized. So you have to really hold it with 2 hands and then just use your body to push the jig forward.
After cutting all 4 sides, you insert the splines and move on to the next step.
Where that? You want to look at them first?
Hi all.
Hello.
I'm Box Guy, Big Al, and this is,
I'm camera guy Ken.
and we're here to tell you how I make boxes. I've set up a shop that does lots of things. I do woodworking, I make furniture, I make footstools, I make whatever projects come along, but primarily I make boxes. So I have bought tools and organized the shop so that I can make boxes efficiently, and whatever box I dream up, I can make with a minimum of setup. I've done that by organizing my tools in groups of workstations so that when I go to a location, I can do the whole operation in that location. Ken, what do you want to add?
Well, we have the idea of showing you a lot of videos of how to put a whole box together, but we're also going to do some detail videos. So we're looking for ideas from you, what you'd like to see more detail on. And actually, since the first release of the cutting the slots in a box video, there's been great demand for Alan's special jig pushing tool. We've developed a kit so you can build one of your very own. We're not a very commercial group here, but for $29.95 plus shipping and handling, we'll send you a do-it-yourself kit.
A do-it-yourself kit.
And I'm not sure if you know the brands, but we'll not say anything about the brands. You might be able to read it from here, but this is just a case of potato chips, and this is a case of beer. And you can build your own special too.
Hard to come back after that. Being high-tech and a woodworker. Ooh, that's heavy. What'd you put in that?
It's supposed to be beer. I'm going to add the sound later.
All right. Well, if you want to contact us, here it is, amason9555@aol.com. And we're looking forward to any suggestions you have about what you'd like to see in a video or a step or an area that we could explain in more detail. So amason9555@aol.com. Notice the high tech.
It is high tech.
Yeah.
That's also very appropriate for this show.
Yeah.